1800s when good old Henry Hudson arrived. And that was a pathway that was already here then and is still here today. That's Broadway. Runs the entire 13-mile length of the island. So everybody makes way for Broadway, including the big crossover at 42nd Street, Times Square. That's why it's there, because of Broadway. When we put in the grid, we worked around Broadway. Now this lower stretch of Broadway we call the Canyon of Heroes, and if you walk on it you'll see strips of the pavement with markings on them. If you stop and read them you'll see all about historic events that were celebrated here with big parades called ticker tape parades. And it started back on October 28, 1886. The first ticker tape parade, anybody, look to your left. It was for the unveiling of the Statue of Liberty.
Look how nice, Jeanette.
She wasn't green back then. You look to Pier A here with the clock tower and the end of the building on the shoreline there with the American flag. That's copper. That's the same material as the statue. That's what the statue looked like before it turned green right there in Pier A. The last ticker tape parade, any of you football fans, this was this last winter for the Super Bowl champions, the New York Giants. Right, so the park there is landfill, so the original shoreline is back where the buildings begin, and now we call that Battery Park. If you look back behind the white tent, you can see it now looking back. There's a brownstone fort with openings in the wall, and that had cannon there, and that was built for the War of 1812. It was later used for immigration, known as Castle Guard. Process people between 1855 and 1890, and then you look to your left opposite us, there's a building with a tower on each corner. That's Ellis Island. That's the immigration station that was opened between 1892 and 1954, where a record 14 million people came to America. A lot of people. So many people that today 40% people living in the United States actually trace somebody in the family having arrived here in New York City. Right, so now we go up into the Hudson. The building on the right with the 6-tiered roof is part of the Museum of Jewish Heritage. It remembers people who lost their lives in the Holocaust and traces that story. And our story is now going to go back to the development here at the museum and all these buildings along the waterfront, which are mostly residential, and this is Battery Park City. 92 acres of landfill. This is where we used to dock the ships. Again, they were moving out to the container terminals, and in the 1960s the New York and New Jersey Port Authority was building the World Trade Center. So all the earth coming out for the foundations, given the okay to dump in here and create Battery Park City. It is unique, according to the rest of the development of Manhattan with the grid. These are all cul-de-sacs. The streets come right out to the waterfront. Very peaceful little community. Lots of little coves and inlets, and it's a great place to explore, Battery Park City. Battery Park City also includes business towers. You look just behind these residences on the right, you see the buildings with the green-colored rooftops with the different geometric patterns. That's the World Financial Center. These buildings came after the original World Trade Center, and they were damaged in the terrorist attack of September 11th, 2001. So behind them, you have what we used to call Ground Zero, and today we call the World Trade Center again, because look at these towers going up. And look at the tallest one just ahead of us on the right.
Freedom Tower.
To really look up for that one. And that's because that's World Trade Tower 1, which has also already, surpassed the height of the Empire State Building. It's up over 1,300 feet, 104 floors so far, and it's going to top off next year. Towards the end of next year, it'll be open at 1,776 feet. 1,776. Chosen especially because of the meaning for us here in the United States. That's when we truly began with the Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776. So that's Tower 1. The other building under construction is not its twin. Now that's Tower 4. Very different shape to it and a different height. That's going to end at 977 feet. To the left of it will be 3 and 2, and they're going to be higher, over 1,000 feet, and then up over 1,100 feet, almost 1,200 feet. So it'll be kind of an arc leading you up, your attention finally going towards Tower 1. Now between these two buildings, at street level, you have the foundations of the old Twin Towers. So the space between those, sacred ground, we will not redevelop. There are 400 trees planted there for a park. and around that you have the foundation wall. So the Twin Towers, now memorial pools, the South Memorial Pool and the North Memorial Pool, they house 30-foot waterfalls. On the exterior walls, have etched in the names of the 2,983 people we lost almost 11 years ago in the terrorist attack.
That day, I hate that day. I hate that day.
Now, as far as visiting the memorial, the 9/11 memorial is open. The museum is not ready yet. The memorial, to visit, you need a ticket, a time ticket, only because you're going into a construction site. So construction going on all around. There's only one little area to get in. And, you know, there are already over 4 million people who have visited since it opened. So it's very busy. And not to have overcrowding every time so many people coming and go every few minutes. If you have a computer, access to one, you can go on to the 911memorial.org and you can book a ticket. It's very easy. Or you can go to the site. It's open until 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And on the other side where we are now, like from the seaport, if you came up Fulton Street to Broadway, right there at the end, you come to St. Paul's Chapel, a little church, right alongside of it. The 9/11 Memorial Preview site. You can go in there and get your ticket. Right at the end of this little white canopy ferry terminal, you're really going to get a good look into the World Trade Center site. And you can almost see from street level up the foundation of the new, and the tower, the new World Trade Tower 1. It will go higher. Yeah, it's going to go about 400 feet higher. Yeah, it's up over 1,300 feet now. Right, so our captain's turning here, and now you can kind of just turn your attention up the shoreline and up the skyline. We're going to go a little bit, once this barge gets past us with the tug, hopefully, get a little bit out into the